The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, wanted to talk about Josh Taylor. Obviously, he has his big fight May 22nd coming up with Jose Ramirez, and that's going to be a big fight. I will more than likely be at that fight in person, so if you're going to be in Las Vegas, hit your boy up and let me know, and we can meet up, and you can be part of the official Josh Taylor Jose Ramirez vlog that I'm going to do when I'm there. But listen, Josh Taylor obviously got to focus on Jose Ramirez because that is the furthest thing from a gimme fight. Jose Ramirez is coming to win, and he's coming to put his lights out if he's not, period. That's what he's coming to do. So he's got to win that first. But moving forward, Josh Taylor has already outlined some of his ambitions, and those ambitions are some lofty ones, which include a move into the welterweight division after this fight should he win. So with that being said, Josh Taylor has come out and pretty much said that Terence Crawford, yes, that Terence Crawford, Bud Crawford, is on his radar. He's saying the opposite of what a lot of the PBC welterweights refuse to say. They say Terence Crawford is on the wrong side of the street. They say he don't bring money to the table. Josh Taylor's saying he's on my radar. So, it shows you the difference between Josh Taylor and a lot of other fighters in the sport of boxing right now. But here's what he said verbatim. He said, I quote, in regards to Crawford, I quote, "After this fight, I'll be moving up to 147 pounds, and I will be chasing a second world title to really cement my reign in the history books." Crawford, of course, he's on my radar. It will be a massive fight. 2 undisputed champions fighting. These are all long-term goals I'm thinking about now. All I'm thinking about now is Ramirez and winning those 4 belts at this moment in time. So, not a whole lot in that statement, but he said that Terence Crawford's on his radar, and that's enough for me to be happy about, and it's enough for me to. I'm already rooting for Josh Taylor. I want him to win. I'm a big fan of his style. I've been watching him a little bit longer than most people here in America. I've been watching him ever since I saw him on the James DeGale Badu Jack undercard, and I've been a fan ever since. I've followed him ever since that fight. So with that being said, Ramirez is going to be a tall task. Should he win it, I think that fight with Crawford is going to be very makeable. If Crawford doesn't go up to 154, because he has mentioned recently that he is thinking about going up to 154. So should he win this fight, Josh Taylor, I think it would be the most advantageous thing in the world for Terence Crawford if he doesn't get like a Manny Pacquiao or Earl Spence fight. It would be the best thing for Terence Crawford in the world to make this fight happen because, number one, it would be a former undisputed champion at 140 against another former undisputed champion at 140, fighting at 147 for that welterweight supremacy. And on top of that, it puts Terence Crawford back in into the minds of the British and Scottish audience, which is it's big in boxing. The UK and the Scots and the Brits. He won his first world title against Ricky Burns, who was a hero in Scotland. So they know Terence Crawford, but it would reintroduce them to the Scottish audience, which I think would be good for Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford needs as many fans as he can get right now. So I like that fight. I think it'll be a great fight. I think we would really see Terence Crawford and Josh Taylor's IQs put to the ultimate test, because these two are top shelf A-level creme de la creme fighters. So fingers crossed that he can get it done, because I would love to see that fight, along with many others for Josh Taylor. But switching gears with Josh Taylor, he was talking about, aside from Ramirez, he was talking about sharing the ring with Manny Pacquiao, one of his dream fights. And, we all have dreams. Who are you to say that this dream can't come true? Now, is it likely that he'll fight Pacquiao? Probably not, because Pacquiao's either going to fight Mikey Garcia or Spence or Crawford. He's probably not even in the top 3 options. But he does have the British audience and the Scottish audience behind him, and he brings some countries with him, so that makes money, and money talks. So you can never rule out Josh Taylor. You can never rule out Josh Taylor if he beats Ramirez. But here's what he said about fighting Manny Pacquiao in a future fight with him. He said, I quote, "To share a ring with my hero Pacquiao, that would be brilliant. How many people can say they shared a ring with their hero and beat them? Not many. After this, it will be a move to 147, and I will chase a second world title." And then he pretty much said what I read earlier with Crawford. But yeah, not a whole lot in that statement, but it's his dream fight. He has said that it was his dream fight, and that Manny Pacquiao is his hero. And how beautiful is that? Manny Pacquiao has been around for so long, but he has inspired an entire generation of fighters. And one of those fighters happens to be the great Josh Taylor, the best fighter that Scotland has produced since the great Ken Buchanan. you know. So Manny Pacquiao's impact in boxing has been lasting. You know, I think that'd be a good fight between Josh Taylor and Manny Pacquiao. Southpaw versus southpaw matchup. You know, the angles and the speed of Manny Pacquiao darting in and going side to side against the just the well-balanced, well-rounded skill set of Josh Taylor. You know, tall, rangy, boxer, puncher. Punching power on both hands, can grind you out, and it can be physical on the inside, can box you from the outside, has a very good speed out of that southpaw stance. So it will be a fun fight to watch. It will be a fun fight to watch. Obviously, it's not very realistic, but it is something interesting to talk about. But that's the news. Josh Taylor outlined his ambitions. He wants to fight Terence Crawford should he beat Jose Ramirez at 147 next. And Manny Pacquiao is his dream fight, and he would love to share the ring with him. So, nigga, that what you will. Leave your comments down below. Make sure you take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.